6 days from Road Wild, WCW had a big six-man tag in the main event in the build to Hogan vs. Nash, along with Savage and Rodman promos building their match. WCW ended the unopposed hour teasing the return of the Hulk, as Hogan's son handed him his classic red and yellow attire. Raw on August 9th was one of the most hyped shows of the year, coming 6 days after the official announcement that the World Wrestling Federation was going public. Featuring the wrestling television return of Jesse Ventura along with the reveal of the Millennium Man. The Allstate Arena in Chicago erupted as Rock opened the show responding to Taker and Show's attack on Heat. With Rock's merchandise dominating the top sellers lists, along with his new home video topping the sports charts, the Rosemont Horizon resembled the SmackDown hotel as Rock took over the industry, cutting a trademark promo on the nickname Big Slow on the way to SummerSlam. Shawn Michaels arrived unannounced with Ventura's segment coming next. Ventura, after a public lawsuit against Vince McMahon a few years earlier, was now coming back to wrestling in a completely different profile as the governor of Minnesota, the special referee in the SummerSlam title match. Part of the intrigue in the Ventura promo was that he was going to say anything he wants, sometimes deliberately to show McMahon and the audience that he can. The segment didn't disappoint as seemingly going into business for himself, he took shots at what appeared to be Hogan and McMahon along with several others, referring to fake Navy SEALs in wrestling by saying that he is the only real one among other inside references. Triple H came out to say that Ventura is in his ring, to which he responded saying that the ring is in his country and telling him to check today's New York and LA Times where he's pictured alongside US President Bill Clinton. Michaels came out to announce a three-way for the main event between Austin, Taker and Hunter, with the governor and the commissioner siding as the two-man in power, ending a memorable segment. After a Benoit vs. David Flair match, ending with Benoit winning the US title, Randy Savage came out for the final build-up 6 days before his pay-per-view match against Dennis Rodman at Road Wild, promising to drop the elbow and end him Sunday, with Rodman scheduled for a promo later in the show. Moments after arriving at the building, Steve Austin was found unconscious bleeding from the head with a broken cinder block beside him. Michaels accused Hunter and replaced Austin with Chyna for the main event, putting his SummerSlam title shot on the line. A sign of how basically every performer on the roster was over big with the crowd, from the undercard to the main event, could be seen in the ongoing storyline between D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry, having more creative story-advancing segments, and character development than main event programs at later times. On this show, D'Lo took Henry for a run continuing to try to drop some weight, before being attacked by Jeff Jarrett on the side of the road. After months of back-and-forth contract negotiations with both companies, Chris Jericho was about to make his WWF debut. Built for weeks with a countdown clock to reveal the Millennium Man, starting the show with an hour and 20 minutes to go. Jericho recalls the day writing his promo on his apartment floor, a completely different world than the contrived scripted environment that the industry is gonna turn into, with the only two people knowing what it's going to be are The Rock and Vince Russo. With Vince McMahon telling him beforehand that he's going to debut in the middle of Rock's promo, Jericho recalls thinking about how he was going from working mid-card matches in WCW, to interrupt the top guy in the business. Jericho remembers going over his promo with Rock and Russo in the catering of the Allstate Arena in Chicago. Rock walked to the ring at around 10:20 p.m., calling out "show" before the clock ran down. The crowd was ready, popping big when the big Jericho name came on the Titantron with plenty of signs in the building. Jericho's debut, coming at the heart of the peak of the industry creatively and financially, cut an ironic heel promo about the complete opposite of the business at the time, still not knowing that everything he wrote sarcastically on his apartment floor in August '99, is gonna come true over a decade later with the decline of the industry. Rock responded after 3 boring minutes, ending one of the most memorable segments in history, along with one of the best debuts of all time. The Rock and the Millennium Man reveal segment peaked the night with a 6.9 rating, along with the Ventura, Michaels and Triple H segment also drawing a 6.9. Dennis Rodman came to the ring for a promo with Mean Gene. What was supposed to be an interview took another turn as Rodman took the microphone, cutting a promo on Savage and girlfriend Gorgeous George, who was heavily involved in the program. Everybody knew the danger of the situation with Rodman on live TV with a microphone in his hand, as he was cursing throughout the promo just as Savage came out to close the segment with a pull-apart brawl, with an appearance on The Tonight Show scheduled for both tomorrow night. The unconfirmed rumor was that Eric Bischoff knew about it but presented as an impromptu promo to go around any TV restrictions. Rodman's unpredictability always made for entertaining television. Speaking of a different kind of unpredictability, Jesse Ventura was a guest commentator for the main event, while Jim Ross, who had heat with Ventura for years, was pushing hard the idea that Austin was brutally attacked earlier. Ventura responded in a funny exchange that he doesn't know if he was even attacked, saying that he saw how many beers Austin drinks, so maybe he fell down the stairs by himself. With all 5 performers in the ring, Hulk Hogan's American-made song started, coming to the ring in the classic red and yellow Hulkamania gear as the building exploded. Raw gained to another 6.9, but that was with over 3 minutes unopposed, so the head-to-head number was likely a half a rating point or more less than that. Austin returned to the building, smashing Hunter with a chair to give Chyna the victory in another twist before Summerslam. The big WCW Star Power tag match gained big with over 1.5 million viewers, peaking head-to-head with a 4.4. The crowd erupted throughout the match for the babyface team of Hogan, Goldberg, and Sting, winning the match to make Hogan vs. Nash a retirement stipulation match in 6 days.